What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Big Flounder video. And in today's video, we have got some massive news. As you can see in the background, they finally revealed the next DPS character, Phoenix, Jean Grey, and she looks insane. She has a JoJo stand, she does immense, and I mean immense damage. She just blew up Thor right there. She is an incredibly scary looking character. Now, unfortunately for now, all we have to go off of is this little clip that they gave us today. However, in this little clip, we get so much information on how this character works that I felt a little bit compelled to make a video about it. Like, genuinely, this clip right here is ridiculous. She takes out damn near the whole team, it looks like. But as always, my name is Big Flounder. I make Marvel Rivals content, and if you enjoyed today's video, please do me a huge favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. For starters, we see Phoenix versus Hela in this little 1v1. I think they did this on purpose. As you'll notice, they actually have very similar primary fires. And I also want to bring up something else. As you just saw right there, she is exploding those little marks without her right click. Every time she hits a primary fire on somebody, it applies one mark. The second primary fire makes those marks full, and the third one, I believe, will explode them for some decent damage around the character that just got hit. It also looks like the mark's explosion actually gave Hawkeye his mark as well. So this character is going to be incredible in group situations. Not only that, but as you'll see, as she's fighting these guys, when her marks explode, she'll actually start regenerating some health, which is super interesting. If you guys didn't know, Phoenix Force in the comics is like pretty synonymous with healing, so I expect her to have some sort of regen, but this is a pretty big deal, especially considering that she already has Hela-like right clicks. So you're just going to be shooting the absolute piss out of people with what it looks like hit scan shots that can explode. Right here, you're going to see another interesting ability. This is her left shift ability. It looks like a better version of Scarlet Witch's phase. It's just much quicker and gets you out of the area like immediately. Then you see that she actually jumps up here. So interestingly enough, she uses her flight, but it looks like she can cancel it and it doesn't have any cooldown. So this character actually does have some flight capabilities, which are pretty good. Then right here I notice when she uses her right click ability, there are actually 3 separate explosions that happen. So I'm not sure if her right click like makes any of the marks explode or something, but that definitely seems like a very good ability when people are grouped up once again. This clip right here is honestly, I think, where this character is going to thrive the most. Anytime that you have somebody who is just completely together, you can explode the hell out of them. It looks like her right click, which she just used again, explodes more often when more enemies are around based on the marks they have. So her right click is going to be very good for when people are grouped up. If they're in a Groot ult, if they're in any situation like they're in right now, you can just blow them up. Right here, we're able to see Phoenix use both mobility tools at once. What happens is she just flies across the map pretty much. Once again, her E is still up as we speak, and this, once again, I think is where Phoenix absolutely just surpasses any character. She's like Moon Knight and Hela had a baby, where you want to get in these off angles where you can see people who are grouped together and absolutely decimate them with your right click and your left click. Then finally, I think we have the most interesting part about Phoenix's kit right here, which is her ultimate. I was very honestly concerned of what her ult was going to be, but what she ends up doing here is you'll see Hela ults right here. She jumps up, Hela Unleashed, then Phoenix ults, and something peculiar that I noticed is she will immediately destroy Hela's ultimate. So Hela immediately gets out of her ult. Now you get this little marker as to where you're going to land, and anywhere that you land, anything that's close to the things that you landed on, if it's a object or a destroyable like a rocket shield, Groot walls, penny bombs, they get immediately destroyed, and your ult applies full stacks on anybody that got hit by it. So basically, they added a Hela, which is just a better counter to Hela. You can counter Hela with the better version of Hela. It also explodes people with her bullets. And she can heal herself. If you can't tell, this hero is probably going to be absolutely shattered. We're going to have to see. This could be like a reverse Ultron situation where they release her and she's not as good as we thought she was going to be, whereas they released Ultron, we thought he was going to be dog shit and he was actually pretty good. But they could actually end up nerfing her, because all I've seen online is people saying, wow, this looks so broken, this looks busted, and this is going to break the game. But I should make the point that everyone felt that way about Johnny Storm at first. They said, oh, another flying character, he can lock down objectives, he's going to be so broken, and he's honestly not that good. If you're somebody who is like ecstatic to play this character, you saw her reveal and you just cannot wait to get your hands on her, I think the two characters that you should be practicing the most are Hela and Moon Knight. Hela is quite literally the perfect character to play if you want to learn this character, because they have pretty much the exact same primary fire and somewhat similar mobility. They don't have the exact same mobility, obviously, but you have a flight ability that can negate damage and gets you out of harm's way. So this is a really similar character to Phoenix already. Not only that, but Hela is also really strong in this meta because she can counter so many flyers. So if you're somebody who, like I said, is absolutely ecstatic to play some Phoenix, this is probably the character for you. Also, when she kills people, she does a little explosion by herself. So it's kind of similar to Phoenix's, though not nearly as broken. Really though, you're going to want to play Hela just to practice those primary fire shots. Phoenix seems to be a very heavy primary fire accuracy based character because you're going to be wanting to explode a lot of people. So this is the best character for sure to learn how to do those primary fires. I also do want to point out how similar these guys' entire kits are, including their ultimate. It's kind of strange. Like their ults are even very similar to where you jump up in the sky, you turn into like a different version of yourself, and then you can just start going and wreaking havoc. Although Hela's does last a little bit longer. I don't know which of them is going to be better though, because Phoenix's looks very strong. And I'd also really recommend playing Moon Knight, because this character is going to help anybody who wants to play Phoenix learn how to position really well. Moon Knight is a character that is incredible at group damage, just like Phoenix is going to be, and if you're getting yourself used to sitting in off angles behind supports where they're already grouped up and you can get a big damage combo on them, that's exactly the situation you want to be in as Phoenix. The only issue with playing Moon Knight is his primary fire is not hit scan like Phoenix's and Hela's looks to be. He actually has a projectile which isn't as easy to aim and makes him a bit way weaker from the farther range, but once again, this character is absolutely perfect to help you learn how to position yourself if you want to play a character like Phoenix. To be honest, with all that said, I think that's going to be the end of today's video, truth be told. Though we didn't get too much with Phoenix's gameplay trailer. We know that there are some interesting team-ups, but for the most part, they don't really do too much. A lot of the team-ups that are getting added, Wolverine's team-up just makes him do more damage and regen some health. Spider-Man's team-up makes him do more damage. Really just reverting characters to how they used to feel is what it seems a lot of these team-ups are doing, so I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be live playing some Marvel Rivals tonight. Look in the description below if you want to find that link. And I also have a Discord server, a Twitter link down there. Anything that you want, if you're interested in my channel at all, I'd really appreciate if you follow those links. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, and thank you so much for watching.